Morning viewer, welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Here's the breaking news. Yes, leaders gathered this year for the annual Group of 20 summit managed to agree on a joint statement laying out shared views on climate change and economic development, but showed the fractures within the group by stopping short of explicitly condemning Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Diplomats had been working furiously to draft a final joint statement in the lead up to the summit but hit sags on language to describe the Ukraine war. The eventual compromise statement amounted to a cop of the summit's host, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but still reflected a position far softer those the United States and its Western allies have adopted individually. US President Joe Biden was hoping to convince the world's largest economies to rally behind Ukraine during his two-night stay in India for the summit. He also praised his case for American investment in the developing world. On Saturday, as the summit was still underway, the leaders agreed to the joint declaration acknowledging the situation in Ukraine while not papering over the group's major divides. All states must refrain from the threat or use of force to seek territorial acquisition, the declaration read, without explicitly signaling out Russia for its invasion. The document also stated opposition to the use of nuclear weapons and highlighted the economic effects of the war. In a reflection of the deep fractures among the G20 nations, the statement acknowledged there were different views and assessment of the situation. The declaration earned the praise of the United States. US National Security Advisor Jack Sullivan called the statement a significant milestone for India's chairmanship and a vote of confidence that the G20 can come together to address a pressing range of issues. The G20 statement included a set of consequential paragraphs on the war in Ukraine, and from our perspective, it does a very good job for standing up for the principle that states cannot use force to seek territorial acquisition, Sullivan said. Still, the language differed from last year's G20 declaration, which stated most members strongly condemned the war in Ukraine. Russia, as a member of G20, would have to agree on any consensus statement in Ukraine. Russia and China had resisted stronger language in a final statement, making any kind of agreement difficult. No G20 summit has concluded without a joint declaration of some type. Bien, that's it for Glory Globe TV.